This is definitely the most exciting horror movie of 2023, following in the footsteps of the Korean hit Train to Busan. The story is set in South Korea's capital city. Two unemployed men were quietly breaking into a large shipping container filled with lots of expensive jewelry and gems. As they got excited about their find, a cat suddenly jumped out of the container. Before Wang Gai could react, the cat pounced on him, leaving a scratch on his neck with its sharp claws. At first, Wang Gai didn't think much of the wound and kept digging through the box for gold watches. However, the virus was slowly taking hold inside Wang Gai's body, and he started to lose his mind. His friend tried to call Wang Gai to get in the car, but this only made Wang Gai act on his need for blood. The next morning, Wang Gai woke up next to the Han River, now in a state that was half human and half zombie. Using the last bit of control he had, Wang Gai slowly walked toward the center of Gangnam. Soon, a man eating raw pork appeared on the busy streets, and this man was the half-human, half-zombie Wang Gai. A crowd of people took out their phones to record the weird scene, completely unaware that they were in danger. As more people gathered, a scared Wang Gai broke away from the crowd and ran off. On his way, he ran into a water delivery worker. Wang Gai followed the worker's truck to a building. Waiting for a chance when the delivery worker wasn't looking, Wang Gai suddenly bit into his neck from behind. After tasting human blood, Wang Gai was fully turned into a zombie. A terrifying mass killing was about to start, and the zombie virus quickly spread throughout the building. The people Wang Gai bit had also turned into zombies. Madame An, who collects rent in the building, saw this and ordered her security guards to stop it. But when faced with so many bloodthirsty and vicious zombies, the security guards were immediately tackled and pinned to the floor as soon as they entered. Seeing the situation was out of control, Madame An used her walkie-talkie to tell the security guards downstairs to lock all the doors. Madame An wanted to keep the whole horrible event contained inside the building. As soon as the security guard downstairs locked the doors, a group of zombies appeared behind him, and before he could even call for help, the zombies had pounced on him and brought him to the ground. On the other side, Madame An and the others were being chased by the zombies. They ran past a short video production office and decided to hide inside. Yoon-jae was the owner of this office. As soon as they got inside, Madame An saw Wang Gai on the screen. Madame An was terrified and told everyone that this was the man who had been running wild and biting people in the mall. While everyone else was trying to figure out what was happening, Yoon-jae was strangely excited. He thought this was the perfect chance to film unique content. Yoon-jae believed that if he could film all the biting monsters in the mall, it would be a huge hit. Yoon-jae quickly let everyone out, not realizing that the security guard who had come in with Madame An had already been bitten by a zombie. The group carefully moved through the stairwell to the floor where the zombies were. Outside the office, there were biting zombies everywhere. Seeing this, the group was completely shocked. Yoon-jae took out his phone, ready to film, but suddenly a zombie appeared right in front of him. Screaming attracted more zombies, and they began to surround the group. Luckily, Hyun-seok kicked the zombie away and quickly shut the door, allowing the group to escape just in time. They urgently ran upstairs. Min-jeong wanted to use her phone to call for help, but Yoon-jae only cared about getting footage for his video. As they argued, the zombie Wang Gai showed up in front of them. Hyun-seok rushed forward without thinking. Even though Hyun-seok had some fighting lessons, his normal attacks didn't work against the zombie Wang Gai. Soon, Wang Gai easily threw Hyun-seok aside. Then Wang Gai jumped at Yoon-jae and the others. To save himself, Yoon-jae pushed one of his employees toward the zombie Wang Gai, using him as a sacrifice to give the rest of them time to escape. They quickly ran back to the office. The clever Yoon-jae continued to film through the glass window. Min-jeong tried to call for help with her phone, but Madame An slapped it out of her hand. Madame An didn't want anyone to know about the incident because she wanted to protect the building's reputation. While Madame An was complaining, Hyun-seok and the others suddenly looked terrified. Hyun-seok rushed forward and started fighting with the new zombie. But the zombie was like a dance master with all sorts of tricky moves. While Hyun-seok was busy fighting this zombie, the zombie Wang Gai returned. Scared, Yoon-jae did the same thing again and used Min-jeong as a shield. The building was now full of zombies, searching every corner for people. Hyun-seok led Min-jeong into a warehouse to hide. Realizing they couldn't stay hidden forever, they needed a way out. Hyun-seok looked around and found a radio on a shelf. He quickly came up with an escape plan. Hyun-seok first hung the radio up in the air with a rope and then turned on a loud song. All the zombies were drawn to the sound, and even some dead zombies got up from the floor. While most of the zombies were completely focused on the music, Hyun-seok grabbed Min-jeong and ran toward the office. But they hadn't gone very far before they ran into a zombie. Hyun-seok quickly started fighting the zombie. Min-jeong was about to help with a baseball bat when Yoon-jae, who had turned into a zombie, appeared behind her. Yoon-jae kept trying to touch Min-jeong's arm. At that moment, Min-jeong suddenly remembered the fighting moves that Hyun-seok had taught her. After finishing off the zombie Yoon-jae, Min-jeong helped Hyun-seok to kill the zombie that was holding him down. They They then made their way to the office. But just as they were about to call for help, they realized their phones had no signal, and even the regular phone didn't work. Knowing that waiting for someone to save them was no longer possible, Hyun-seok decided they had to find a way to escape on their own. Now that the mall was full of vicious, bloodthirsty zombies, they could only fight while they looked for an exit. They finally managed to get rid of the zombies behind them by working well together and moving quickly and smartly. Hyun-seok initially planned to use the stairwell to go to the basement to find an exit, but they heard zombies getting closer, so they went back to the main hall on the ground floor. As they came out, the zombies outside spotted them. To protect Min-jeong, Hyun-seok locked her inside a car while he tried to distract the zombies with a baseball bat. However, as more zombies gathered, the car was completely surrounded. In a moment of pure panic, Min-jeong accidentally turned on the car's music, which drew every single zombie in the mall toward them. Hyun-seok, who was fighting outside, was also crushed by the zombies. Just as Hyun-seok was about to be eaten by the zombies, Min-jeong burst out of the car with a fire extinguisher. When the zombies smelled the fire extinguisher, they ran away like they were afraid of it. Min-jeong had saved Hyun-seok from the zombies. Hyun-seok and Min-jeong then made their way to the underground parking lot. To their surprise, they ran into the zombie Wangai again. Even though the zombie Wangai was very strong, he was not as quick or flexible as a person. Hyun-seok and Min-jeong worked together perfectly and managed to push Wangai to the ground. Hyun-seok stepped up, lifted his baseball bat, and delivered a powerful hit to the zombie Wangai, finally killing him. However, before they could rest, the now zombie Madam On suddenly crawled out from a corner. In an attempt to save Min-jeong, Hyun-seok was accidentally bitten by the zombie Madam On. In a fit of rage, Min-jeong quickly killed the zombie Madam On with the baseball bat. Hyun-seok, who thought he was bitten, knew he didn't have much time left and immediately said what he had always kept hidden in his heart. After saying their final goodbyes, Hyun-seok told Min-jeong to leave quickly. But just as Hyun-seok and Min-jeong took a few steps, they stopped dead when a set of false teeth fell out from Hyun-seok's pants. It turned out that Hyun-seok wasn't bitten by Madam On at all, and his socks didn't even have holes in them. The situation suddenly became very awkward. In the end, Hyun-seok managed to lead Min-jeong to escape from the building. However, they had no idea that not long after they left, Wangai, who was lying dead on the ground, suddenly sat up. So what did you think of this movie? Leave it in the comments below, and if you liked the video, like and subscribe for more movie recaps. See you next time.